forgetting is bad. You're growing older and it is a negative sign in your life. Your mind is deteriorating. Have you heard all these things? If you've heard, you're not alone. Many people think that forgetting is a negative consequence in our life. But in reality, sifting, refining, and forgetting is the important component in memory processing. And forgetting is one of the important component in being a healthy mind. Yes, you heard me right. It is one of the important component of being a healthy mind. There are 4 important reasons why and how we forget. If you want to know more, be with me until the end. And if you have still not subscribed to my channel Rave Your Life with Raheel, please go down there, hit the subscribe button and press the bell icon. First important reason is storage failure. We often tend to forget that we have not stored for that long-term memory. And we often think that we have forgotten things. Most of the important forgetting happens when we are learning on that particular moment. Our brain decides what is important to keep for day-to-day life and the unnecessary data is rejected. In one of the famous experiments done by Nickerson and Adams in 1979, they asked the subjects to detect the right penny from 14 different fake pennies, or you can say the similar looking ones. Only lesser than the 50% only could make out the right penny. The reason because the people would have learned only the shape, size or the color of the penny, but the rest of the information was not necessary. So they have not kept it in their long-term memory. So that's how they could not recall it. Try this experiment at your home. You have your home key. Your house key would be of certain shape, size and color. And you may remember this information. But have you seen that there are some more finer and numbers and some encryptions on your key? If you have not seen it, just check your key that what is that information you have not noticed or never kept in your long-term memory. So you will understand that it is the storage failure for the long-term memory which your mind decides what is important and what is not. Second, retrieval failure. Research says that we construct memories rather than recording it. We store information in bits and pieces, and whenever we want to retrieve it, we ask those bits and pieces and retrieve that bits and pieces in experience format. Whatever we have experienced it, we retrieve it in the experience format and we integrate that information. Retrieval failure is one of the most important cause of forgetting. The information in your long-term memory, you know it, that it is there, you think it is still there somewhere, but you are still not able to recollect it. That is the retrieval failure. One explanation says that it is a decay theory, where we revisit our memories and make them stronger. We reinforce them by revisiting again and again and make them stronger and keep it in the long-term memory. However, this doesn't apply to all the long-term memories, because even if you don't revisit your memories and do not make them or reinforce them in the long-term memory, you still remember some of the informations like faces, places or the event which has happened in your life. One example, you might have loved or had a crush on that guy or a girl. Did you remember that? After asking you, did you recollect that memory? Yes, you might have. And did you remember when was that first college fees you paid? I barely see that any one of you would have remembered this. Third one is interference. The theory of interference suggests that memories compete with each other in 2 basic ways. One is proactively, that is where the older memories make it harder to recollect or recall the newer memory. And retroactively, where the new information disrupts or make it difficult to retrieve the older memory. In many research, it is seen that interference play a major role in making the subject forget, or it is a very crucial thing. It hinders the recall. And it is also seen that as the list increases, the interference also increases. In one such experiment, there were 3 groups were called and they were given to remember 10 different pairs of adjectives, where the first group after 2 days could recall more than 70%, and the second group were given on the second day a new pair of adjectives to remember, and they could recall only 40%, and the third group was given another set of lists to remember. They could recall only 25%. So this is the theory of interference. Motivation. Sometimes consciously we suppress our memories and subconsciously repress our memories. The reason maybe because it is unpleasant or the traumatized ones. People think that we forget the negative experiences in our life, and because we want to forget them, we do not make them or construct them every time in our life. But the research has said it is the other way around. Usually humans tend to recall the negative memories more rather than the positive or the neutral ones. This psychological phenomenon is called negative bias, where we humans tend to remember or recollect or recall the negative memories, the bad experiences in our life more than the positive ones or the neutral ones. The reason because we tend to fight against the experiences which has happened in our life, and we safeguard ourselves. It's a very important skill to avoid danger in future. Research says that bad experiences have a greater impact on humans rather than the positive or the neutral ones. In one such experiment done by Professor Teresa from Harvard Business School, she saw that the professionals had a very important skill like seeing the negative setbacks in their life twice importantly as rather than seeing the positive ones. And it becomes very important how to compensate the negative bias which you have experienced. So it is very important in our life that to have or act consciously to have the positive mind and positive effect in our life, so that it gets compensated because of the negative bias which we have had in our experience or in our day-to-day life. So friends, this was the important thing which I wanted to tell today, how and why we forget. So if you still think that it is bad, now let me tell you, it is not bad. Forgetting is a part of a healthy mind. Now, if you're still not subscribed to my channel Rave Your Life with Raheel, please go down there, hit the subscribe button and press the bell icon to get the new notifications of all my new videos. And if you have still not shared with your family and friends, please hit that share button as well. Until then, much love, amigos.